you're in a hurry, you're missing the point. You should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. Because it's a beautiful day. Isn't it all? So come on, let's play. Forget the rush, you're in and find a good spot. Sit down and join us as we sing a good song. Kick back, relax, and just follow along. Oh, we got plenty of time. Taking it easy won't cost you a dime. Throw another log onto the fire. Because it's a beautiful day. And come on, let's play.
Good morning. Hi, sweet Annie. Thank you for being here. And thank you for sharing this out. Good morning, everyone. Let's go into our hearts. Hi, Kathy. Let's go into our hearts and connect. And I feel like we really need this morning. I need this morning. So just place your hand on your heart. Let's take a moment to breathe. Connect in with the breath. Add the love. There's so much love in this place. We are the light. Just connect right into where you feel that. And maybe you don't feel it this morning. It's okay too. Just say, I am loved. I am enough. I am worthy. And those are all true statements. Sometimes we don't feel it inside of us. We have to be reminded. And that's why you're here. For some, that's why you come, is just to check in and hear words that maybe you're just not quite sure of yet. You're not there yet. Or you're not there in this moment. Just know how loved you are. Good morning, Erica. Good morning, Suzanne. Thank you all for coming in, for finding it this morning, and for just showing up with your beautiful selves on this Saturday morning. Yeah, I would have liked to have stayed in bed, warm under the covers, because it's a chilly one in here in Arizona. I'd much rather be with you. And so here we are. You're so beautiful. Thank you, family. Thank you for being here. I played with some settings on my computer last night because I've been listening to a recording when I drift off to sleep. And I had turned the brightness of the screen down, and I didn't realize there's this thing that you can do if you have your computer on it, and you can make it not so bright on the screen. And when I went to turn it on for the morning show, I'm going, well, how do I get it where I can see? So it took me a minute to get that adjustment made. Good morning, our sweet Grace Isis. Good morning, Danielle. Oh, it's so good to see you, honey. Thank you for being here. Okay, so I'm going to get to the wonderful message that the angels gave us. Now that I can see, it's like, wow, what did I do? I messed things up, but I didn't. I didn't mess anything up. I just took a minute to readjust. So let's see, what is the message? Integrity is everything. Boy, isn't it? Now I can't see all the words on the screen. There we go. Integrity is everything. You are the sum total of everything you've ever seen, heard, eaten, smelled, been told, forgot. It's all there. Everything influences each of us. And because of that, I try to make sure that my experiences are positive. And that's from Maya Angelou. While we are still here in this 3D world, there will be trials and turbulence that come our way. We do not live in a picture-perfect world with perfect people who always act, think, and say as we do, or in a way that is always pleasing to us. As we go through our experiences with others, we have choices in every moment of how we respond, who we choose to associate with, and just how much of the contrast we accept in our lives before we make a change. I have made many changes throughout my own life. I've seen and experienced what I do not want, what I will not allow, and I have adjusted accordingly. My friend Sharon just today said to me, "You don't get depressed, do you?" To which I happily answered a resounding no. I choose not to go down to that dark place that I have visited many times in my life. It's not easy to dig yourself back out of that hole once you climb down into it. Does it mean my life is perfect? Absolutely not. I've learned to be happy with the imperfections that do show up. I've set boundaries for myself and I stick to them. I've learned the power of forgiveness so that I can close my eyes at night and hold no ill feeling toward anyone. Dear angels, I understand that compromise is the way to get along in this ever-changing world, but I do not believe that there are limits. But I do believe there are limits also, and we each have to decide how much is too much. Allowing others to disrespect us is not a healthy boundary. Dear ones, as you walk through your daily life, you make decisions and choices constantly. The more in touch with your sacredness, the more you will honor that in yourself and demand that same respect from others. We understand that it is not so easy when there is pressure from family and friends to conform to how they perceive you. It is up to you, however, to stand in your divine authenticity of who you are. Your integrity as a spirit being is of the utmost importance. Are you making it a priority in your life, or are you being swayed like the swing on the playground with the slightest breeze? You are the only one who has to check in with your higher self and be comfortable with your decisions. Are you being true to you? That is the key to your inner happiness, joy, and contentment. Dear angels, today I promise to only be guided by spirit and not swayed by anything or anyone else. So yeah, that is the message today. A powerful one at that. To stand in our divine authenticity means we absolutely do not let others walk all over us, disrespect us, push us around. None of that. We know that we're important and that what we say matters and what we think and feel matters. This is about us living in this human body, but knowing who we are and standing up for ourselves. Kathy Hand, we love you. I'm so glad you're here. And Suzanne says, I messed up a few things trying to adjust the brightness. One of my pictures was sideways. Oh my gosh, I've done that. Have you done the upside down one? I did something and all of a sudden the picture was upside down and I'm going, oh boy, this could be fun. Yeah, computers sometimes they're just, I think sometimes they have a mind of their own and they're like, oh, let's just mess with them for a minute. So that's fun too. Good morning, Sally De La Rosa and Tony. So happy you're here. And Danielle says, oh, I enjoy Maya Angelou's quotes. Integrity is respecting our set boundaries. Respect is a priority to me. Absolutely. And, you know, it hasn't always been that way in my life. I have let people push me around. I have been bullied by others. And that's what it comes down to, is somebody who tries to exert their control over you. And no, I'm not at that point anymore. I'm like, no, that's not how I choose to do things, or that's not how I choose to live. And so I have learned to use my voice, and it's not always easy. It's not easy to stand up for yourself and to be strong. But boy, is it worth it when you find that voice and you let it be known that this is me, and respectfully, this is me, and I choose not to be who you want me to be. And I've had to do that several times in the last couple of decades even. I've had to say, no, I choose not to be disrespected. And that's the best way to live, actually, is to know who you are and state it and stand by it. Don't back down, because when you have a boundary, that boundary is there for a purpose. And if you keep giving in and saying, oh, okay, I'll make an exception, then you're going to find you keep making exceptions. So you have to be strong in who you are. And Sally says, I've come a long way in that area. Now I act as my own gatekeeper, and I only let in who I want in and around me. That is what it's all about. You know, we don't have to like everyone that's here. We love everyone. That's the knowledge that we are one and that we are all spirit, but we come here with different roles. We come here doing a movie of what we chose to do. It's our lane. It's our own experiences. And when we get in somebody else's lane, then we should be told, get back in your own lane. This is mine, and I choose not to accept who you are as that role that you're playing, pushing me around. Because sometimes we have what I call the sandpaper in our life. We have those who are there, and they're going to push our buttons, and they're going to try to show us what we don't want. So we do have those people that show us what we don't want. And that helps us to know what we do want. And that's what I've figured out in all these years that I've been here on this planet. I've seen a lot of what I don't want. And so I choose to get over into my lane and stay there and not allow anyone else to overrun it. Julie Kiss, good morning, and Blue Jean. And Suzanne says, when you find that voice, see the possibilities and have hope. Oh, absolutely, darling. Yeah, when you do find your voice, it's like learning something. You can't unlearn it. When you find your voice, you know what that feels like. And so you continue to use that voice and you continue to grow and expand and be who you came here to be. Oh, thank you, Julie. And Kathy says, I've used that line with two of my coworkers. I spread what I learned through this family to my coworkers and friends. Yeah, it's a way of life. No matter what you're doing, if you're at work, if you're at home, if you're out and about with friends, it's a way of life. And we shouldn't be somebody in one place and somebody else in a different place. That's like what the angel said. Are you being swayed by whatever breeze is coming along and it's moving your swing in one direction or another? Only let God guide you. Whatever the message is, whatever you're interacting with others in a certain way, let God guide that. Let your inner voice speak out. And you'll see, you'll start setting those boundaries and sticking to the boundaries. So let's see what Kuan Yin has to say this morning. And I know some of you were at the portal opening yesterday, and I just want to see how you're doing with that. If you noticed anything after we did the portal opening, if there was a shift or a difference, because I noticed it big time. And Sharon and I were talking last night, and she goes, does it feel different? Because she was feeling it too. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, there was a definite shift when we went through that portal yesterday, the 333 portal. So if you didn't get to watch it live, I did post where it's at on YouTube, and I see that quite a few people have looked at it on YouTube. Yeah, I couldn't go live with it, Suzanne. I had to record it and then put it out there for those who weren't on Zoom with me. But we had a really amazing experience, and we had quite a few that came into the Zoom. Yeah, something happened and it messed up and wouldn't go live. And Kathy said, that is such an important message. I'm being pulled apart by Bob and Colin. It hurts really bad. I guess I'm not praying enough or the right way. It's not you, honey. It's not you. This is a movie that's being played out, and we can't control anybody else. And so whatever is going on, this is what's happening in their world, in their experience. So for you, I feel like it's staying strong. You are strong. And don't let the wind blow you around. Don't let you start doubting yourself. All right, I want to read what Kuan Yin has to say. Good morning, Christina. 333 and feel so free. Yes, me too. All right, so Kuan Yin says, moved by the call, wild love of my own soul, I call on you now. I trust in the process of letting go and the wild, loving life calling me to my divine destiny. I trust in my fearless spirit. I trust in my fearless spirit. That fearless spirit is going to be the one setting the boundaries when you are ready for that. When you are ready to be all that you can be, to be that beautiful you, then you'll know, you'll allow spirit to take over. And as our Karen Palmer says, that's stop. Spirit, take over, please, and connect in with your higher self and just allow that beautiful experience that will happen when you do that. When you hit the pause button or you come up to the stop sign, don't breeze through it. You stop at a stop sign for a reason, right? You stop to see if there's anyone else on that road that might interfere with you going down the road, that might run into you or over you or cause some damage. So when you're at the stop point, Spirit, take over, please. Don't just tap the brake. Come to a complete stop. Take that pause, take that moment that you need for you to really reassess, to say, maybe I need to just sit for a minute. Maybe I need to be the observer. And that's what I encourage any of us to do that are looking at something that just is not feeling good. If there's something in your life that doesn't feel right, if there's conflict, if there's turmoil, I encourage you to come all the way to a full stop and become the observer of the situation. And then don't ask why it's happening, because that puts you in a victim mode, a victim mentality. So just stop and say, what do I do with this? Spirit, what do I do with this? What are my actions? What am I supposed to learn from what's going on? And how do I see myself in this situation? If there's some turmoil that's happening on our perceived outside world, the things that are going on around us, how is that showing up inside of me? Do I have something in there, some turmoil that I need to go in and fully forgive and say, I choose not to live like that. I choose not to live in chaos. I choose not to live in turmoil anymore. I choose, and whatever you choose, happiness, joy, peace, calm, whatever you want. But it is your choice. And we don't have to let other people's crises and their turmoil dictate to us how we're going to feel. We have to decide that. Blue Jean, you keep getting kicked off. Oh no. 15 inches of snow. Oh my gosh. Oh, honey. Well, I hope you're staying inside and staying warm. And Blue says, what do I do with this kissy-faced dog and my slurped phone? Hi, Pocky. Hi, Gruff. Yeah, Sharon and I watched a movie last night. Oh gosh, I just lost the name of it. But it's a Morgan Freeman movie. And there was a doggy on there, and it was Gruffy. It just was this beautiful lab. And I said to Sharon, there's Gruff, there's Blue's dog. And it was a really good, feel-good movie. It had that beautiful energy of Morgan, his deep voice. And I just felt so good when it was time to turn in and come in and talk to the angels. I was in a really good place as I sat with them. And I think that's why the message came through so easily for us to stay in our own vibration and set our boundaries and stick to our boundaries. You know, when we get to a good place inside, it's easier to connect in with spirit. It's easier to hear the angels and our spirit guides and our loved ones. When we're wrapped up in that spin of what's happening, spinning around and getting caught up in the chaos, it's really difficult to come to that good place of who we are and what we're all about, because we're wrapped up in other people. We're wrapped up in what's outside of us. Oh, sweetheart. I would think about that, Kathy. Take a pause and think. Yeah, anytime you make a decision and, you know, just be guided by spirit. Let spirit tell you exactly what to do, and don't act impulsively, but really listen to spirit. And Blue says, gruffy. It's a gruffy day. No wonder she slurped you. Yes, Teri. This month is to pick how we are going to be. Yeah, exactly. It is exactly that. We choose. We make choices every minute of every day. And then we live with the consequences of those choices. I think that it's time for an angel message. What do you think? And I am so thrilled that you all are asking to get multiple copies of this little tiny book so you can give them away and bless other people with them, because this book is so powerful. There's the Fae. Yeah, they're so playful and they're so in our face to help us. Sometimes I get irritated a little bit, not a whole lot, but sometimes they play tricks and they like to hide things and they like to make it a little difficult, but they do that so that I will stop and pause and say, okay, what's really going on? And then they always give everything back that they hide from me. Good morning, Tammy Fist. All right, so y'all know the drill. A number between 1 and 85. What are we going to hear about this morning? What's the message that the angels want us to know today? 33, Tammy Fist. We had 33 yesterday, but we'll go there again today. Okay, so yeah, we read the second message yesterday. Let's read the first one on the page today. Simplicity, patience, compassion, and most of all, love are the ingredients that will turn your life into the best experience possible. Simply be, without all the complications of trying to figure everything out, but rather trusting in Source. Be patient with yourself, with others, and with your expectations in any given situation. I love that message. And I think those are words I just finished saying, I do believe. Pretty much sums it up anyway. To allow Source to be the guiding light. That when you have something going on, you always stop, always hit that pause button and check in with your higher self and say, what am I supposed to do with this? How do I handle this situation the way that my spirit being would be best suited to handle it? Okay, so I hope that resonated with some of you. And Kathy, you have to get off of here soon. Okay, you want page 8. So let me go there for Kathy, because I really feel like you need some guidance today. Page 8. Yeah. As soon as you make that conscious decision to relinquish control of how your desire is going to manifest itself, you open the door to possibility. Again, relinquishing control to spirit, allowing spirit to be the guiding light. And sometimes our brain gets in the way. Sometimes our stinking thinking pops up and we have to just move for a minute, just move away from a situation, just step away, and maybe a change of a room or walking outside, or going for a drive. Sometimes just that little bit of a change just brings it into more clarity. Oh, look at all the love, Kathy. Everyone is just there. Everyone's there showing up for you. And just to let you know that you're important, that you matter. And I love that. I love that there is so much support here. Yeah, I think there's probably several of us that have had similar experiences. Julie Kiss, thank you. Yeah, so we understand what you're going through, and we're holding space for you. And Spirit's telling you that it's talking to you really clearly to pause, take that pause, and don't act impulsively, but just allow Spirit to guide. And that's what I say, allow Spirit to be the guiding force. And I do know how tumultuous that can be when you're in a situation that's not calm at all. It's very unsettling. And you've been going through this for a while, Kathy. Yeah, so we're all there for you. We've got you. And please feel that. Just feel into that energy, Kathy. Feel that you're not alone, because you're not. And we're going to put you front and center in our prayer circle today. And so anyone else that has something going on, anybody in your life that's going through issues or going through something physically. I heard from my brother, Gary, and he appreciates all the prayers that we did for him. He came through that procedure that he had done with ease and grace. And he stayed with my sister last night so that he could have some medical supervision. And I know that she took good care of him. Y'all are so beautiful, showing the love. I know, right, Suzanne? I was really concerned because he's been through a lot. And when I didn't know what was going on, and my sister said, please pray for our brother, I just had that moment of, oh God, please let him be okay. He is so precious to me. And I just went into that protective big sister mode and said, oh no, nobody's going to mess with my little brother. And yeah, everything happened with ease and grace. And thank you, family, for holding him up through that. All right, Annie says, I wrote 154 definitions for our next chapter now to review for the week ahead, and a test on Monday. I missed Friday. Oh, you missed the test on Friday. Well, I'm hoping that goes easily for you, Annie. Grayson's getting better slowly, and myself as well, with your sinus stuff going on. So yeah, just keep saying I'm healthy, I'm healed. Thank you, Kathy. And yes, Linda and her husband both need our prayers right now, Linda Lemieux. So please pray for her and Dick and lift them up. Oh, thank you, Annie. I so appreciate that. My brother is so special to me. He's one of a kind, for sure. And Suzanne, you got 100 on your test. I know, that is so beautiful. I'm so glad. And we all lift you up for it. The rest of it to go the same way with ease and grace. Good morning, our Brookie Brookstar on YouTube. Thank you for being here. Oh, Brookie, it was so good to see your face on the portal opening yesterday, to see you and Dylan and baby Maxwell in your tummy. That was wonderful to have the two of you there and have your beautiful energy. And Julie Kiss, a darn stomach bug gone through your house in prayers. We certainly will lift your whole household up, Julie. Thank you. Brookie, you couldn't find the Facebook, but you found me on YouTube. Yay. That's why we're on different platforms, because if you can't find it on one, we're going to be on another. All right, so let's just go into our hearts and lift up anyone who is going through something right now. It could be physical, it could be mental, spiritual, emotional. And I think we have a combination of all of that this morning. So let's just ask for each person here to be placed in that prayer circle, to be placed front and center, and ask that this energy be cleared away. Whatever's going on, whatever's happening, prayer does make a difference. Thank you, Julie. And if Deirdre was here, she'd be praying for all of humanity, for everyone on our beautiful planet, for Mother Gaia herself, and for all the animals in nature, and for attention to human trafficking. So let's go into our hearts. I want to invite in the angels. Let's just connect in this morning, asking Raphael, Michael, Gabriel, and Uriel to surround all of us, putting a protective circle around us. See every one of us gathered together in that prayer circle. And these angels, especially these 4 angels, holding us tight, putting a blanket around us all for us to feel so loved. Thank you, angels, for doing that. I want to call in the divinity, Divine Mother, Jesus, and our Creator. Just feel that energy as it comes in, as we connect into who we truly are. Not this human experience. This is just a minute of our whole being's experience. So just feel that. Feel that whatever's going on, it might feel kind of monumental in the moment we're going through it, but no, it's just for a minute. And how we handle it depends on how much we grow. We came here for such a time as this. So if there's a physical issue going on, just say, I release this with ease, with grace. I forgive, I love, and I call in that energy of gratitude, being grateful for our experience that we chose. We chose these experiences. We chose to grow either a little bit or a whole lot while we're here. So the bigger the experience, the bigger that leap of faith and that spirit growth that we encountered. If there's something that you're working with mentally that's taxing your brain and causing you to really work through an issue, the angels are saying to do it easily instead of fighting against it. Don't put up such resistance. It's part of your growth just to allow. So allow what's happening. Just ask, how can I get through this with ease and grace? How can I handle the situation? What's my best move in this situation? And let's do that clearing. So as you think about what's going on, they're doing a lot of clearing. Just allow it to clear, allow the clouds to move away. So step back, just in your mind, physically step back and reassess and look at what's in front of you. Sometimes when we're right in the middle of turmoil and chaos, we can't see very clearly. But if we step back and we say, Spirit, show me what I need to see. Let's all do that. Let's all take a step backwards right now and ask to be shown some clarity. Calling on Archangel Gabriel right now to show every one of us clarity with our life situation, whether that's something physical in your life, or mental, or emotional, or spiritual. Just step away from it for just that second of time and ask to be shown the best way to deal with it. Take that breath in. Sit with it for a moment. Just sit. Stop thinking, stop overthinking about the situation, and feel more into your spirit being. You're getting out of your head and into your heart when you do this. So physically step away from overanalyzing and overthinking it and being in the energy of panic or sadness or confusion or anger. Stepping away from all of that, you step into your heart. And in your heart, you know your boundaries. You know what's okay with you and what's not okay with you. And then you choose, am I going to stand by my boundaries? Or am I going to allow myself to be pushed around, to be manipulated? Am I going to stand in my divine authenticity? And that's your question for the day. That's what Spirit wants us all to focus on. Am I ready? Am I ready to stand up for myself? It's not easy alone, but you're not alone. So just pause for a moment in your heart. And if you're ready, then acknowledge that. Say that yes to yourself. You're making a commitment to you to honor you. You don't have to make the commitment to anyone else. Just choose to be who and what you came here to be. You're here to be a light in the world. And how on earth can we be a light if it's constantly being closed down and shut down and covered up? You have to choose to uncover it. Nobody can do that for you. And let's turn our attention to all of those who are in need. Our prayer list that contains so many names, so many people and animals and places that we've been asked to lift up every day. And let's do that. Let's lift them all up. And let's ask these beautiful angels that have gathered with us to carry these prayer requests, to lift them higher and higher, as our Marietta says, up, up, up to a higher plane. So whatever's going on, feel that lifting sensation as the angels try to help us to lift up out of the 3D and look more from a 5D sensation, which is not going to be the lower vibration that we have here on Earth. And now let's send love to Mother Gaia. Just put it right into the core of Gaia and let it come back up. Okay, now that we're all gathered in this prayer circle, let's put arms around each other. Everyone that's gathered here. Let's just show love and gratitude. And we do that On 3, 2, 1. Thank you. I love you. I love you. Listen to those words. Listen to what's inside your heart, because it's always going to be love. If you're in your head, you're going to see the turmoil. You're going to see the chaos. But if you're in your heart, which I hope that that's where you went with me as we took that dive, just know that you are loved. Oh, Annie, such beautiful words. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Andrea, it was so beautiful to see your face yesterday. Thank you for coming onto Zoom with us. Oh, Julie Kiss, you're so loved. I'm so glad you're here. Marietta, hello, my sweetheart lady. So glad you're here. Yes, we go up, up, up to a higher plane together. Together, we lift each other up. We sure are always working on ourselves, Annie 7. Thank you for being here. Oh, the Holy Presence is with us every time 2 or more of us gather together. And look at our beautiful family this morning that came in to show love, that's here for each other. Thank you. I love you. Those are beautiful words to end our time together. And we have a beautiful soul that created a song for us, our morning Cuppa song. So let me go grab our Leo and Blue Jean. You might want to get ready for those doggaroos who are going to dance to our Leo. If I can find him. There he is. A cuppa full.
Morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready, because today is the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go, come on, come on. Come on, let's play. It's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part of it. We're on the peace for peace, on our mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead wherever we may be. We create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new dimension. Morning cup of full of joy, every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy, with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup of full of joy, every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy, with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of.
Not with us this morning, so she must be speaking.
Full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top here. The coffee's always hot, the truth is always yours. The sun is calling out to play us put on the show. Today's on you, baby, all part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can slide the dust, there is always more space in the pot. For more love, take a spot to get the day started. Morning cup of full of joy, every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy, with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup of full of joy, every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy, with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. There really is no secret. We simply accept, align, allow.
triple A,
yeah.
y'all.
Morning cuppa full of joy every day it is. To start the day on the high five, we call the AAA. Morning cuppa full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Yeah. Morning cuppa full of joy every day it is. To start the day on the high five, we call the AAA. Morning cuppa full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Yeah.
Ooh, thank you, our Leo. And thank you, everyone who came in this morning. So much love. Stay in your heart and stay blessed. I will see you later. Namaste, y'all. Enjoy that beautiful day out there today. Bye, everyone.